प्रभु जी मोरे अवगुण चित ना धरो, अवगुण चित ना धरो, अवगुण चित ना धरो। प्रभु जी मोरे अवगुण चित ना धरो, अवगुण चित ना धरो। एक नदिया एक नार कहावत, एक नदिया एक नदिया, एक नदिया एक नार कहावत, मैलो नीर भरो। जब मिल के दो एक वरन भय, सुरसरी नाम परो। अवगुण चित ना धरो, प्रभु जी मोरे अवगुण चित ना धरो। एक लोहा पूजा मेरा कत, एक घर पथिक परो। यह दुविधा पारस नहीं जान।
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our fundraiser. We begin today's program with a short presentation on AccessBraille activities this year. Presenting this will be Vikram Bharati, a current 8th grader at Kennedy Middle School in Cupertino. Ladies and gentlemen, Vikram Bharati.
So before we start the program, I'd like to give a short presentation about AccessBraille. AccessBraille is a non-profit organization that serves the needs of visually impaired children all around the world. All over the world, there are 100 million people with visual impairments, and more than 80% of the world's blind live in developing nations. In India alone, there are 60 million people with visual impairments, and 30 million of them are school-age children. Education is key to social and economical independence. All of these 30 million children need to be given access to education so they can stand on their own legs and not become a burden to their family and to society. The Indian government is doing what it can, but what it is doing is not enough. That's where non-profit organizations like us step in and help bridge the gap. This is a Universal Braille Kit. The Universal Braille Kit provides blind children with the opportunity to learn Braille, and it costs $15 each. So here we have the tailor frame, the word building kit, a stylus to make Braille dots, and an annotation block to make words. This is the Braille math box, an abacus, a tracing wheel for lines, and a geometry set. Here's a closer look at the Braille geometry box. AccessBraille has donated over 24,000 Braille kits in India and over 2,000 in Afro-Asian countries. This year we have focused on Andhra Pradesh. We have donated over 300 Braille kits all over 28 schools in Andhra Pradesh. Is there anybody here from Andhra? Okay, so back at our desk over there, we have a list of all the schools we've donated kits to. So there also is the town, so you guys can go back and see if your hometown has been listed. Our second program is called the Mobile Blind School. There are thousands of children in rural and remote parts of Asia and Africa who do not have access to basic education for a variety of reasons. Some of the reasons being lack of infrastructure and pedagogy to teach these children. If visually impaired children cannot go to the schools where such amenities are available, then the Mobile Blind School will bring learning to their doorstep. The Mobile Blind School envisions a situation where no child is left behind and literacy will be made possible to visually impaired children all over the world. These kits will be delivered to the students by volunteers who will get there on either two-wheeler, a three-wheeler, or even horse, as the case may be. We are slowly working on phasing out this program and focusing more on the need of the hour. In 2012, India amended the Copyright Act, which makes it possible for us to convert any book into a digital format for the blind. This includes audiobooks and digital books. In the US, the Castellea High School project, led by Mayuka Sergin, who will also be doing Kathak dance today, they have converted books from book box into audio format. You can find the books on our website. With the help of the Shirdi Sai Parivar charity team, we were able to convert 6 books from the National Institute of Open Schooling book list into an accessible format. We were also helped by the Tuesdays Ladies Group. Let's give a big hand to the Sai Group and the Tuesdays Ladies Group. Our fourth project is called the Reading Finger. The Reading Finger, after we have sent Braille kits, we follow it up with Braille magazines for children, which is made by children. Currently, this program is being led by Nikhil Dilip and Hari Srinivasan. We have received several requests to convert textbooks into Indian languages. So the textbooks will be from grades K through 12. It costs 20 cents to convert a page, and it's higher for Indian languages. It costs $30 for a 150-page book. And we need funds to convert them. And this is where you can help by donating $30. A $30 donation will make a huge difference in the life of your visually impaired child. So you can be the change in his life, his or her life. Thank you.
Thank you, Vikram. We will now begin our feature presentation, a Harikatha on Say Surdas by Srimati Sudha Rajagopalan and a team of orchestra members. Dancers from different dance schools of the Bay Area will perform to some of the Surdas bhajans which will be sung today. The various dance forms include Kathak dancers from the Chantam Youth Dance Company, Bharatanatyam by Srimati Sudha Krishnan, Artistic Director of Nritya Laya Darpan, and Meena Logan's Pushpanjali Dance Company, Niharika Mohanty's Guru Shraddha School of Odissi, and Madhuri Kishori's School of Kuchipudi. Accompanying Sudha on the vocals will be Usha Prabhu, Gayatri Satya, and Sonia Raghotaman. She will be accompanied by Sai Krishnan and Shekhar Sarkai on the mridangam, Sai Anurag on the tabla, Atmika on the flute, and last, and as you will find out definitely not the least, Geeta Shankar on the veena. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Surdas.
सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि सत्यनारायणायेति समर्पयामि साई नारायणायेति समर्पयामि हरि ओम तत्सत्. We offer this humble program at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagwan, Sri Sathya Sai Baba. We are indeed very grateful for this excellent opportunity to be in satsang with all of you around the auspicious occasion of Sri Krishna Jayanti. Vishnu summons sage Narada and asks him as to what is the greatest thing in this universe. Sage Narada, known for getting tested like this by Bhagavan all the time, wants to take a good moment to respond. And a big imagery of a land comes in front of his eyes. Then he says, "Oh Bhagavan, it must be the earth. That is the greatest. You even incarnated as Varahamurti to save Bhuma Devi. She is the most forgiving and forbearing. She gives us whatever we need, no matter how much we abuse, and she doesn't expect anything from us in return, just the way you are. So she must be the greatest, Bhagavan." Bhagavan says, "Oh Narada, but this earth consists of 1/4 of land and 3/4 of water." Then Narada quickly says, "Oh, then it must be the water that is the greatest." Vishnu pauses for some time and then says, long, long ago, when the demons were troubling the Devas were after them, and the demons wanted to hide from the Devas and went and hid in an ocean. A sage who was meditating nearby wanted to help out the Devas and got the entire ocean and killed the demons. Narada is now itching to say that it is the sage. So Lord Vishnu realizes this and says, "Oh Narada, can you please wait till the entire story and respond?" Then Lord Vishnu continues and says, "This sage, when he shed his mortal coils, he became a tiny star in the vast sky." Then Narada couldn't resist anymore, and he jumps out and says, "Oh, I know the answer now. It is the vast sky that is the greatest." "Oh Bhagavan." Bhagavan says, "Oh Narada, you're so quick to forget everything. Do you remember? In the Vamana Avatara, I covered the sky and the earth both in 1 foot." Then Sage Narada, feeling really ashamed, he tells Bhagavan, "Oh Bhagavan, how many times you test me with questions like this? Why did I not think of you, the creator, being the greatest?" "You are the greatest, Bhagavan." "Oh, you are the greatest. There's absolutely no two things about it," he says. And Lord Vishnu says, "When my devotee Gajendra called for me, I rushed on Garuda to save him from the crocodile. When Draupadi cried, 'Pundarikaksha Rakshama,' I sent her unlimited amount of clothing and saved her. When Prahlada chanted my name, I incarnated as Narasimhamurti. So my bhaktas, my devotees who have this unconditional love for me and have the capability of imprisoning me in their hearts, they are the greatest. I am Bhakta Paradhina. I am a slave to them." A devotee, such a devotee that is described by Lord Vishnu. In today's program, we will depict the story of Bilva Mangal, who got transformed into Surdas and then to Sant Surdas. His unsullied devotion for the Lord not only transformed him, but he paved a superhighway for the millions during his era, the billions and trillions in these centuries, and the countless ones to come. Bilva Mangal, born in the village of Sihi, near south of Delhi, was attracted to Lord Krishna from a very tender age. His melodious voice and great penmanship enchanted all the villagers. His music spread like wildfire, such that People from the nearby villages and towns would visit with him and listen to his musical concerts. On one such occasion, people had not only traveled from the nearby towns, but from faraway places, walked for many, many miles to reach the concert location. People were so engrossed in Bilba Mangal's concert that they didn't realize if they were sitting on top of each other, whether there was enough air for them to breathe, whether the children were playing, crying, or eating mud somewhere in the corner. They didn't realize that mosquitoes were biting them. They didn't know whether insects were crawling on them. They were so engrossed in their music. Bilba Mangal sings, Hari Gun Gao, Hari Naam Gao, Hari Gun Gao, Hari Naam Gao, Ananda Ananda Hari Naam Re, Ananda Ananda Hari Naam Re, Hari Gun Gao, Hari Naam Gao, Paran Japan Dar, Hari Naam Re, Shravan Smaran Karo, Hari Naam Re, Paran Japan Manan. People who got disturbed from their meditation found out that there were some people who were whispering to each other, and some people, feeling disgusted, were walking out. Then they heard a voice, Oh Bilba Mangal, you think you are a great scholar? Setting eyes on a beautiful woman, you forget where you are and you forget what you're singing. You have come to preach us about the Lord's glory. What a stinking pot your mind is. What a hypocrite you are. By this time, people started throwing stones at Bilba Mangal. They chucked him out of the stage. The same people who came from faraway distances now don't want to have anything to do with Bilba Mangal. They ostracized him from the town. Feeling disgusted with himself, Bilba Mangal says, Mero man matahina gusai. I have lost my mind to my senses. Sab sushinidhi pad kamal visri shrama karit swanaki nai. Firat bratha banjana valehan sunay sadan samsan. He says, the treasure of all in this universe, your lotus feet, I have left them, and like a scavenging dog, I am going from place to place for food. I am searching in the barren houses and even in the slow-burning pyres. Tihi lalach, kabahu kaisi vidhi, tripti na pavat pran. No matter where I look for food, my appetite is not satiated. My thirst is not quenched. Jahan jahan jat, tahan tahan jasat, asamalakuti parat tran. Wherever I go, I get hurled stones, sticks, and well-placed kicks. Kaval kaval karane kubuddhi, sat sahe ite apaman. Just because I couldn't control my senses, I have to bear all these insults and injuries. Parama Dayal Visvapalak Hari Ashir Hriday Nija Gunanath Tahi Chari Ye Sur Mahasat Brahmat Brahmani Ke Saath. O the most benevolent one, who protects everyone in this world, knowing that you are the indweller in my heart, only a lowly person like me can lead you to join the company of the lost. Little Mangal keeps thinking about what has happened and how in a fraction of a second his senses took over, and how he set his eyes on something so transient and lost the focus of his Lord. Not knowing what to do, Little Mangal thinks, when an obstacle comes your way, you remove the obstacle and move on the same way. The obstacles, here, my eyes, I have to do something about my eyes. And he blinds himself. Even after blinding himself, he doesn't have the peace of mind. He calls his Prabhu and says, "Oh Lord, disregard my bad qualities. I know you look at all your children the same way. You don't look at whether they are good or bad, rich or poor. So please, take me into your fold." When a stream merges in the river, it inherits the properties of the river. The same way, when you take me into your fold, all my bad qualities will go away, and slowly I will inherit your great virtues. Oh Lord, when a vessel is offered for your worship, whether it be aluminum, bronze, copper, silver, or gold, it becomes the gold vessel because it is offered for your worship. Aren't you the best alchemist in town? Can you please make me the lowest of the metal into a gold instrument? Oh Lord, in this illusory world, I have nowhere else to go but your feet. Please disregard my bad qualities and take me into your wings and make me your fine instrument.
Prabhu more, ab gun chit radharo. Prabhu more, ab gun chit radharo. Sabad se Prabhu naam जग रो अब नीवे नाच मोहि तारो अब नीवे नाच मोहि तारो नहीं पन चार रो प्रभु मोरे अवगुण चित्त नादरो प्रभु मोरे अवगुण चित्त नादरो समदर से प्रभु नाम तिहारो चाहे तो पार गारो प्रभु मोरे अवगुण चित्त नादरो प्रभु मोरे अवगुण चित्त नादरो प्रभु मोरे प्रभु मोरे
Drawn by the magical voice, Guru Vallabhacharya enters Bilvamangal's cottage. And Bilvamangal offers his pranams at the feet of the Guru. And Guru blesses him with divine music forever. And Guru asks Bilvamangal as to why his songs are filled with melancholy. And Bilvamangal replies, "Oh Guru, I am a sinner. I have set my eyes on something that is not the Lord's feet. So I keep repenting and regretting whatever I have done. Hence, my songs are always layered with sorrow." Guru Vallabhacharya corrects Bilvamangal and says, "Anyone who chants the name of the Lord and who sings His glory is not a sinner. You direct all your attention in singing the Lord's glory, and all your bad qualities and bad actions will disappear like the snow in the sun." Thus, initiated in the Pushti Marga, the path of fulfillment and grace, Surdas listens to Guru Vallabhacharya's Bhagavatam. When Bhagavatam, the Purana Bhagavatam, Parikshit Maharaja listened to the stories of Lord Krishna for 7 days continuously. When he found out that he was going to be bitten by the serpent Daksha in 7 days, Parikshit Maharaja never got up from his seat, never ate anything, never drank anything. All his attention was only on the Leelas of Krishna. The same way, Bilvamangal listened to Guru Vallabhacharya's Bhagavata Sambodhi. Both Bilvamangal and Guru were not ready to part with each other after many days of satsang like this, but it was time for Guru Vallabhacharya to proceed with his journey. So he takes leave of Bilvamangal and confers the beautiful title of Surdas on Bilvamangal. Guru Vallabhacharya, with his entourage, proceeds towards Mathura, singing, extolling the virtues of Lord Krishna in the Madhurashtakam.
हसितं मधुरम् हृदयं मधुरम् गमनं मधुरम्
ji composed many poems on Krishna's playful deeds and his pranks. One such composition that is very near and dear to all of us here is Maiya Mori Main Nahi Makhan Khayo. Maiya Jasoda used to receive many complaints from the milkmaids that her little Kanhaiya is stealing butter from their houses. But Maiya Jasoda didn't think that her little Kanhaiya is capable of stealing butter from anyone's house. So she dismisses them, telling them that my Kanhaiya is too sweet. He wouldn't do things like that. And even Kanhaiya tells Maya that these gopis are finding excuses to come and see him. And he's saying, please don't pay much attention to what these milkmaids are saying. But one day, Maya Jasoda witnessed her little Kanhaiya stealing butter from his own house. She was first shocked. She didn't want to approach him because she was afraid that he would manufacture more and more lies. She waits for a while and gently approaches Krishna and says, Beta, I see a hole in the pot up there. Looks like somebody has eaten butter from there. Did you eat the butter? Kanhaiya quickly says, Maya, I didn't eat the butter. Maya, you're really funny sometimes. You send me before dawn to herd all the cows and I come back only after dusk. Where do I have time to steal the butter? After I come back, I'm really tired. You tell me, Maya, how could I have eaten this butter? Then he continues, Maya, look at my arms, look at my hands. They're so tiny, and you have the butter way up there. How do you think that I could have reached there and eaten the butter? I really didn't eat the butter.
Maiya Mori Main Nahi Makhan Khayo.
Realizes that Maya is not buying this argument, and he thinks to himself how he can convince her, and realizes that there's butter on his cheeks. And now he knows why Maya is not buying it. And so he says, Maya, you know these cowherd boys, they're much bigger and huge, and they are rowdy at times when they have to part with me. So they get very anxious, and today they got so rowdy that they spread this butter on me. That's why I have butter. I really didn't eat this butter, Maya. Looking at Maya's stern face, he thinks maybe if he flatters her some more, then she would forget about the butter incident. So he says, Maya, you are so naive and innocent. You believe whatever you see, and you also believe whatever other people say to you. You know what I'm going to do from today onwards? You take my stick and blanket. I'm not going to herd the cows anymore. I'm going to be right in front of your eyes all day. You watch me and then you figure out for yourself if I'm even capable of stealing butter or not. Maya is still not convinced. Kanhaiya looks at Maya and says, Maya, you're fair complexioned. Bhaiya Balram is also fair complexioned. And Nanda Baba too. I'm the only one in this household who is dark. Now I get why there is difference in treatment. I don't believe that I'm your son. I think you adopted me. That's why you're giving me the second-class treatment. Hearing this, Maya Jasoda is dumbstruck. She's about to fall. She gathers herself and rushes to Kanhaiya and gives him a big hug and says, "Oh darling, you are our son. I believe you that you didn't eat the butter." Kanhaiya, wiping tears from Maya's cheeks, gives her a big hug and slowly wiggles out of the grip and whispers in her eyes, "Maya, maine hi makhne khaye," and runs away.
Surdas Prabhu hasi jasoda, Surdas Prabhu hasi jasoda, Deyo de kanth lagayo, Maya mori, maine hi maat lagayo, Maya mori, maine hi maat lagayo, maine hi maat lagayo.
Surdas ji also composed many poems on describing how to attain salvation through the glorious names and deeds of Krishna. In this composition, he says, the effulgence of Lord Krishna alone can dispel the darkness of ignorance in all of us. Especially in this age of Kali, other than his lotus feet, there is no other tool that can liberate us from the cycle of birth and death. In this composition, when Surdas ji says Vallabh, beloved meaning beloved, he means his Guru Vallabhacharya as well as his beloved Krishna. He doesn't see any difference between his Guru and Govind. Constantly being in communion with the Lord, Surdas ji keeps writing poems of both kinds, praising His glory and His playful deeds, as well as describing how to attain salvation. One day, as Surdas ji was served food by his helper boy Gopal, and then the helper boy went off to fetch water. Surdas ji is eating the food, thinking about the Lord, in his mind singing of His glory, and chokes on the food and says, "Gopal!" and receives a glass of water immediately. Hours later, Gopal walks into the cottage and finds a golden water pot. Now he's really curious to find out where this came from. So he rushes to the master and says, "Oh master, I see a golden pot here. Did someone come over to give you this?" Then Surdasi says, "Oh Gopal, when I choked on my food, you only gave me a glass of water, and now you're asking about this golden water pot? What do I know of copper or golden water pot?" Then Gopal explains to him that He went for fetching water, but got distracted and chit-chatted with the neighbors and just got into the cottage right now. Then Surdas realizes that when the earthly Gopal stepped away, the divine Gopal came to his rescue. He feels extremely blessed and honored that the Lord himself had come to his rescue. But at the same time, he feels miserable that he didn't recognize the Gopal. And he longs for darshan, sparshan and sambhashan with him. Imagining the beautiful form of Krishna standing right in front of him, Surdas ji feels the peacock feather as crown on his head, the sandalwood paste on his forehead, the tilak mark. His eyes are full of love and compassion for Surdas ji. Lord Krishna's neck is decorated with the garland of pearls. His waist is ornate with the pitambar. Just having this image of the Lord in his eyes, Surdas ji sings. yearning for the Lord's darshan. Surdas ji continues his daily chores of going to the Govardhan Ji's temple. There were many people in the community who were very jealous of Surdas ji's blessings that he got a golden pot from the Lord, and the Lord himself came to Surdas ji's rescue. When a rose plant grows, there are lots of weeds around it. When the bud blossoms into a flower, bees form a line to drink the nectar. The same way as Surdas ji's yearning for the darshan of Lord rapidly rose, jealousy, animosity in the community members increased. At the same time, the number of people flocking to be in satsang with Surdas increased. All the community members who were jealous of Surdas schemed up a plan to end his fame and his life. Knowing little about any of this, Surdas ji, as always, proceeds to the mandir, and as he is walking, the jealous members address him very sweetly, very cheerily, and ask him, "Oh Swamiji, where are you heading this morning?" Surdas ji says, "Other than having the darshan of the Lord, what work do I have? I am only going to the Govardhanaji's mandir." They distract him and misguide him and disorient him and send him towards a well. From somewhere, a boy appears and asks Surdas ji as to where he is going. Surdas ji explains to the boy that he is going to the mandir. The boy tells him, "Oh Swamiji, but you are not really going towards the mandir. You are about to fall into a well." Surdas ji thanks the boy profusely for helping him and asks for his name. And the boy replies that his name is Syam. Hand in hand with Syam, Surdas ji proceeds towards the mandir, having a great conversation with him. He finds out that Syam is a cowherd boy and he has many, many cows to take care of. As Surdas ji arrives at the mandir, Syam wants to leave him and goes to take care of his cows. But Surdas ji doesn't want to let go of Syam. He really likes the sweet voice of Syam, and Syam reminds him of his Lord Krishna. So he requests Syam to stay back for some more time. Then Syam says, "Oh Swamiji, I'll stay back for some time, but only under one condition. I have heard that you are a great singer and a composer, but I've never heard your songs. Can you please sing one song for me?"
निस दीन पार तक नैन कमारे नैन कमारे सदा रहते पावत निधो काम पर सदा रहते पावत निधो हम पर जब दे श्याम सिदारे जब दे श्याम सिदारे नींद दिन पर नैन कमारे नैन कमारे नींद दिन पर नैन कमारे नैन कमारे सदा रहते पावत ऋतु काम पर सदा रहते पावत ऋतु काम पर जब ते श्याम सिदारे जब ते श्याम सिदारे नित दिन बार नैन कमारे नैन कमारे कर कपोल बयकारे कर कपोल बयकारे नैन अंजन रहते कपोल बयकारे कंजू की पद तू कत नहीं गबू कंजू की पद तू कत नहीं गबू कंजू की पद तू कत नहीं गबू उर बिच बाहे पूरा बीच है पावत ऋतु काम पर जब दे श्याम सिदारे निज दिन वाले आंसू बलीन बाये बगता के आंसू बलीन बाये बगता के आंसू बलीन बाये बगता के बाहे जात सिजदारे बाहे जात सिजदारे तू साथ आवे जो बच गए दिए तू साथ आवे तू बच गए तुझे कागे रे जब दे श्याम सिदारे नींद दिन बारे
Siam is very happy and blissed out listening to this beautiful song from Surdas ji, and he has totally lost track of his time. And he looks outside and it's gotten really dark and he has to go back to take care of his cows. So he requests Surdas ji to let him go, but Surdas ji doesn't want to part with him. So he asks Siam to come closer to him and holds on to his hand. As he holds on to his hand, he realizes that this Siam is none other than his Krishna. He is able to feel the peacock feather as a crown, the tilak on his forehead, his eyes filled with love and compassion, his ears dangling with the makara kundala, his neck decorated with the garland of pearls, his waist adorned with the pitambar, his ankles having the bells, and his hands holding the flute. Surdas ji pleads to Lord and says, "Oh Lord Krishna, I want to have this beautiful darshan of yours. Will you please restore my vision?" Then Lord Krishna smiles and says, "Oh Swamiji, you are my 15th century gopi. Do you know what gopi means? Go means Indriya, senses. He means to drink the nectar of devotion. You have directed all your senses towards me, even when your eyes were not cooperating with you. You even blinded yourself. You only listen to my glory. You only smell the sandalwood paste and the tulsi leaves. You only speak of my glory. You only sing my glory. Your hands, use them only for my worship. So, you have directed all your senses and focused on devoting the entire time, your entire life to me. In the Mahabharata, I tried to be an acharya, preaching Bhagavad Gita and imparting that knowledge for all of mankind, but no one is following it. On the other hand, you are able to take messages from Bhagavad Gita. Through your songs, you are able to influence and teach the people of Braj, especially during the difficult times of Mughal invasion now. People are confused about what religion to follow, even though all religions lead to the same divinity. They are scared to worship me. But like the guiding lighthouse in the sea of turbulent waters, through your compositions in the local language written in Braj Bhasha, you've been able to guide them successfully. Oh Swamiji, you've been a gopi, a true devotee of mine, a teacher and a guide, helping many, many, many people. If I don't grant you the vision, who will I? Surdas ji gets his vision back, and now he is able to see the breathtaking form of the Lord, and he prostrates at his feet, feeling blissed out. As he gets up, it suddenly struck that these are the same very eyes that got him into trouble. So he pleads again to the Lord and says, please, after having your beautiful darshan, I don't want to see anything through these eyes. Please take them back. Lord Krishna disappears from Surdas ji's physical vision, but he blesses Surdas ji with an inner vision that would guide him to salvation. He also blesses him as, may you be the fine instrument in spreading the Krishna consciousness through your time-tested, time-honored, and eternal literary works. With incessant tears flowing from his eyes, with a beaming smile on his face, with a splendid darshan of the Lord etched in his memory, Swamiji remembers, recalls, and rejoices the divine encounter that he has had with the Lord. He thinks how the relationship between the Lord and his devotee is so unique, priceless, and the most superior. He says, O Lord Krishna, when you went as an ambassador representing the Pandavas to the Kauravas' court, the king Duryodhana offered everything in his kingdom to make your stay comfortable. But instead, you chose to stay with Vidura, the embodiment of righteousness and right conduct, and the son of a servant maid. When a child sees his parents after a long time, he gets crazy, happy, weepy, all at the same time. The same way, seeing the Lord, Vidura feels humble, and he's not sure how he could make the Lord stay comfortable. He offers bananas to him, and he peels the bananas and throws the bananas in the trash and keeps feeding him the peels. And Lord Krishna also, without saying a word, just like the mother, eats the peels only for dinner. Also, Lord Krishna, isn't it the same Vidura that you didn't want to leave behind when you left this earth to go to Vaikuntha? In the incarnation of Rama, you ate the fruits that were tasted by Sabari and offered to you the same way your devotees eat your prasad. You are the master of all the living beings, and we are all the puppets. But when you were with the gopis, you were a puppet in their hands. You danced to their tunes. Oh Lord Krishna, how blessed are the gopis. I can understand why you graced Vidura with your visit and why you ate the berries that were offered by Sabari. And I can also understand why you danced to the tunes of the gopis. But the best sinner, mind you, not the worst sinner, the best sinner to me, why you had to give me this beautiful darshan and humble me. O Lord Krishna, your ways are unique, and your relationship with me is the most superior ever. Swamiji recalls that in the Mahabharata, Lord Krishna left for Mathura, leaving behind the gopis. And he promised them that he would return someday. But due to his busy schedule of uplifting and keeping up the dharma, he couldn't return. But he sends a messenger, his minister, confidant, and devotee Uddhav, with a message to the gopis that Lord Krishna is always with them and they are at the peak of their devotion, and if only they would see the Hari within themselves, then they wouldn't be so grief-stricken and waiting for Krishna's arrival. Uddhav goes to meet with the gopis and he spends 6 months with them. After 6 months, he returns to Mathura to report back the findings to Lord Krishna. He says, Madhav jo suno braj kau prem, sodhi mein satmas dekhyo, gopikani kau nem. Oh Madhav, listen to the love that the entire Braj is showering on you. Not just the gopis, but the trees, the cows, the calves, and all the inanimate objects as well are showering so much love on you. I have observed the ways of the milkmaids for the last 6 months. Hridayate nahi tarat tare, syam ram samet, Aansu salil pravah manav, ardh nayanani det. Their hearts are filled with you and Balaram. Thinking about you, their eyes pour out torrential tears. Chavar anchal, kachukalas, ghar pani padya chadai, sumari tumari pragat leela, karma utati gai. Even though their eyes are clouded with the tears, they continue to do their household chores, such as bringing water from the river, churning the butter, etc. Just thinking about all the playful deeds and the pranks that you played with them. Oh Lord, when I think about their love, it seems so tasteless to be wise. They have sacrificed everything. They have offered their body, mind, and spirit at your lotus feet. Deh, geh, saneh, arpan kamal lochana dhyan, Surdas, unka prem dekhen, fiko lagat dhyan. Like this, Swamiji is always thinking about the devotion that the gopis had for Krishna. And once he transports himself to Vrindavan and he watches that Radha is waiting for Krishna. She is dancing, thinking that he's going to be there any moment. But since he's not showing up, a lot of people tell her that if she does observe the Katyayani Vrat, then Krishna will certainly appear. So she observes the Katyayani Vrat by waking up in the wee hours of Brahmi Muhurta, taking a bath in the river, without drinking milk or eating butter, without putting eyeliner or flowers on her hair, basically not getting distracted by her senses, but focusing all her energy and attention on the Lord. She prays to Him, she dances to Him, she sings to Him. Now she dreams that Lord Krishna is with her, dancing the divine dance. is coming back from his temple visit, he hears somebody asking for alms. He talks aloud to himself and says, "What can I give you for alms?" And the beggar recognizes Swamiji's voice and says, "Oh Swamiji, I have been searching for you all over. I have become blind. I have lost my eyes, my family, my friends, and all my wealth. I have nowhere else to go. I know only you can guide me. Will you please?" Then Swamiji says, "What if you are blind? There are so many people in this world who are blinded by their senses and not even aware of the fact that they are not even on the path to divinity." He says, "Dokhe ढाकायो समझ न परी विषय रस गीतियो हरि हीरा घर मांझ गवायो." Time after time, we deceive ourselves, being attracted by this materialistic world, forgetting the Hari within ourselves. Jo puran में जल देखी अवनी का प्यास न गई चहू दिसी धायो. Like a deer chasing after the mirage and feeling thirsty after every assault, we keep going after all the transient and illusory things in this world and feeling dejected. जन्म जन्म बहु कर्म किए हैं तिनमें आपन बात आप बधायो. He says, in the process of chasing after the mirage, we have accumulated a lot of karma, and due to that, we come back again and again to this earth. जो सुख सेवर सेव आस लगी निसी बासर हटी चित्त लगायो. प्रीतियों परियों जब फल चाखियों उड़ी गयो दूर तावरो आयो. The parrot very obstinately stalks the cotton fruit, thinking that one day it would become the ripest fruit that he can eat. And when he sees that it's ready, he pecks at it, only to find out that this is not a fruit that he can eat, and the cotton from that flies on his face. The same way, we attach ourselves to so many things, to so many desires, and we become very unhappy even after spending many births. जो कभी डोरी बांधी बाजीगर कन कन खाओ चौहट न छायो. Like the monkey dancing for crumbs, we are dancing to the tunes of our senses. We are controlled by our senses. Surdas Bhagavat Bhajan Dinu Kal Vyal में आप डसायो. If you don't sing His glory, you will be eaten up by the viper of time. So he says, transcend your disability and focus on a higher purpose. What higher purpose can there be other than attaining salvation? So direct all your attention to the Lord by tuning yourself to Him, and He will guide you and grace you. Swamiji, since he's always thinking of the gopis, he is able to tune himself in no time, and he hears this beautiful holy song playing from the Vrindavan.
मैं बोली कन्हैया खेले भीरज मैं बोली कन्हैया खेले भीरज मैं बोली कन्हैया खेले भीरज मैं बोली राधा कहे अब छोड़ो मोरे मैया राधा कहे अब छोड़ो मोरे मैया खेले भीरज मैं बोली कन्हैया खेले भीरज मैं बोली करत पिचकारी अब मारू नहीं करत पिचकारी अब मारू नहीं भीग गई मोरी चुनरी कन्हैया भीग गई मोरी चुनरी कन्हैया खेले भीरज मैं बोली कन्हैया खेले भीरज मैं बोली मोरे कन्हई अब चिड़को गुलाल नहीं मोरे कन्हई अब चिड़को गुलाल नहीं मैंने खट के कन्हैया खट के कन्हैया खेले भीरज मैं बोली कन्हैया खेले भीरज में खेले भीरज में खेले भीरज में बोली
Bhakta Ramdas, who was not a devotee of Lord Rama, chanted the Rama Nama Taraka Mantra millions of times and many more times. But every time he would chant the mantra, he would think of how Hanuman was so devoted to him, devoted to the Lord Rama. So Bhakta Ramdas started looking like Hanuman himself. The same way, thinking about the gopis all the time and Krishna. Swamiji became a gopi himself. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Ananyas chintayanto ma ये जनाः पर्युपासते तेषां मिथ्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्. Whosoever will think about me always, will think about only me always, and whoever will surrender themselves and take refuge in me, and whosoever is always united with me, to them I take the responsibility of granting everything they need and preserving whatever has been granted. To illustrate this particular verse further, Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba illustrates a short story as follows. There was a king who was very fond of acquiring knowledge because he wanted to be the best king. So he engaged a scholar, and the scholar would visit with the king every day and impart some knowledge to him. And the king would reward the pandit with a lot of money and gold coins. The pandit was very happy, and he would look forward to going to the court every day to receive those rewards. After many months, it suddenly dawned on the pandit that in this entire world, if as human beings we have to follow one verse of Bhagavad Gita, it is Ananyas Chintayanto Ma. So he decided to explain the meaning of that verse to the king. So that day when he goes to the court, he tells the king the meaning of the verse and gives him a lot of illustrations. At the end of the day, king tells him, I know, Pandit, you've actually spent a lot of time with me explaining this verse, but I don't seem to get it. So the Pandit goes home and looks for more illustrations and thinks about different ways of explaining the same verse to the king. He goes to the court next day and explains the verse. At the end of the session again, the king says that he doesn't get it. The third day came, fourth day, like this 10 days passed, and the king still didn't get it. Feeling frustrated, the Pandit went home and complained to his wife that he hasn't seen anyone as dumb as their king. And the wife asks, why so and how so? The Pandit says that I have been explaining the meaning of the verse Ananyas Chintayanto Ma to the king for the last 10 days, for many, many hours. But the king doesn't seem to get it. I don't understand why he's not getting it. Then the wife very slowly and gently says to him, oh, even I don't understand it. Then the Pandit becomes ballistic and he says, what do you mean you don't get it? You know this verse very well. I have taught you this verse many, many years back. Why are you saying that you don't get it? And she explains to him, I get the meaning of the verse, but I don't understand why you don't follow even a bit of it. If you only have to think about the Lord and take refuge in Him and be united with Him, why are you going to the king and flattering him every day, expecting some few gold coins here and there? Is that your dharma? Is that the right conduct? The Pandit gets it now. And he decides that from now onwards, he will only focus his attention on the Lord. After a few days, the king sends word for the Pandit, and the Pandit arrived at the court. The king asks him as to why he hasn't shown up at the court for the last few days. And the Pandit explains that it is my duty to impart knowledge to you, but at the same time, I have to practice whatever I'm preaching to you. I have been practicing it for the last few days, and I have been focusing all my energy on thinking about the Lord and being united with Him always. That's why I didn't think it was right of me to get to your court. The king tells the Pandit, "Oh Pandit, thank you so much for teaching me this beautiful pearl of wisdom. Now I get it completely." Our Swamiji lived the essence of this verse every second of his life. There was complete harmony with thought, word, and deed, and he was only thinking about the Lord. Now it is the Lord's turn to keep up His word. During the final days of Swamiji's journey in this earth, Bhagwan blesses him with something that he needs. What does Swamiji need? He needs the ultimate fulfillment of being with the divine. So Krishna grants him the same. He blesses him with a beautiful scene where Radha and Krishna are dancing together, where Radha is experiencing Krishna within herself, around her, in front of her, behind her, beneath her. And joyously she is playing the harmonium and listening to Krishna playing the flute. Slowly, all the other gopikas join them, and they're all singing the Lord's glory, and they take it to the next level of tempo and join in a circle. Unitedly, they seek the union with the divine. And Lord Krishna, without fail, appears in front of every gopi and dances the beautiful divine, the joyous dance. As Swamiji is seeing this scene, he looks across from his bed, the Mount Govardhana, and he becomes the gopi himself and slowly merges into the Lord.
Vasudeva Janmohan Rama Ramana Janmohan Rama Ramana Janmohan Rama Sashivadana
Thank you for coming. I guess it's all about the passion. Just to think there are 30 million blind children. Doesn't that number bother you? 30 million blind children? If somebody doesn't do something about it, these kids are going to end up on the streets. So which is why AccessBraille decided that they would distribute Braille kits, convert Braille books into Braille or into digital format. And then we went through the whole thing, we realized that that was just not enough. These school children are going to grow into adults and then they're going to enter the job market. And then they needed to be provided with jobs. So along the way, we came across many people who were educated but did not have jobs. Why? Because they did not have the right books to go take competitive exams or pursue a professional education. I'd like to share a small story with you at this time. This is Vijayata Kapoor. Vijayata Kapoor lost her vision when she was in her late teens. That did not stop her from finishing up high school and moving on to a 4-year degree college where she received a degree in physical therapy. She now runs 2 physical therapy clinics in Lucknow, and she's very successful professionally. Of course, seeing this, many parents who have children with visual impairments and many young adults started flocking to her house and wanted to know what was the secret behind her success. Talking to them, Vijayata quickly realized that she was one of the few who had people read books to her, called readers. And nowadays, the readers are few and far between. And so many children are out there who finish college education, school education, whatever, but just don't have jobs because they can't go take the competitive exams and then take advantage of the 3% quota that the government has reserved for them. So Vijayata and her husband Nirmal decided to take matters into their own hands and started something called the Indic Institute, where they convert books into accessible formats for children, for young adults who want to go take a competitive exams, bank clerk exam or railway clerk exam or even the Indian administrative exam. So it's our vision this coming year to be able to support organizations like this and help those who are either starting their education in primary school or secondary school, college, or once they're done with college to be able to go get a job, stand on their own legs, and become socially and economically independent. And I'm sure with your help, we'll definitely be able to do that. So at the end of this program, please do stop by our pledge desk, which is to my right. We have Sudha there waving. So please do stop by and support us. And at this time, I'd like to invite Lion Shri G.V. Raman to come up to the stage and say a few words. Mr. Raman has been in this field for over 25-30 years, working with people with visual impairments. He's seen people, he's seen kids who've been educated, who've gone on to do bigger and better things, and he's seen some who've never been able to get any education but spent their lives weaving baskets. Not only that, he's been working with them so he understands what is the need of the hour in India, in developing nations. So I'd like to invite him to say a few words to us. Incidentally, Mr. G.V. Raman is my guru and I had my CPA training under him. So I draw a lot of inspiration from Mr. Raman.
Thank you, Vijay. First of all, let me express my grateful thanks to Vijay and all of you for giving me the privilege and honor of coming up on this stage, sharing with a person who has given us that Harikatha in such moving manner that it brought tears to many of us. The way it was expressed, please give her a big hand. The first visually impaired person with whom I came into contact was way back in 1927. And he used to come to the hotel to which I and my friends used to go for having some tiffin called the Swami's Cafe in Mount Road. And he used to be accompanied by 3 or 4 persons. He used to be impeccably dressed with a tie on and come every day. And it took me 2 or 3 days to find out that he was visually impaired. He was so confident, so self-confident. And then I heard that he was the sales manager of Glaxo India. That was the very first person I saw. So I thought it's not very difficult for a person who has lost his sight to be something in life. He can come up. But then later on when I started moving with people through my organization called Lions Clubs, where I started moving with people with short vision, low vision, to whom or people who needed cataract surgery, and started doing those things. I realized that there were so many others who did not have their eyesight and who can never be restored their vision. Unfortunately, they will never can be given the vision either by eye donation, with which I was very, very closely associated, or by any startup surgery or anything. To them, something to make them feel wanted in this world was necessary. And the most important thing was to understand them. Because you should try to find out. The best method of understanding is, after going home, please ask somebody to tie some kerchief around your eyes tightly, sit down on your drawing room, please get up without any assistance and go and get a glass of water. Please try it today. Then you will know, you will realize fully what a person without eyesight is going through in his or her life. So it is necessary to the duty to be of some sort of assistance, whereby we could make them self-reliant. Unfortunately in India, most of the children who are blind were never sent to school. I have an organization, running an organization where they are manufacturing envelopes, totally visually impaired persons who can never be restored their eyesight. Out of the 40 people working there, 30 of them have never stepped into a school. Because their parents say, what are you going to do by going to a school, by education? That is the type of unfortunate ignorance that is existing, which is not giving an opportunity for them to come up. So, when Vijay said that he was doing something like this, I felt extremely happy and delighted that my student has taken so much of interest in this, and because I am getting so old, so I don't know, unless we have young ambassadors like Vijay to carry on this message to everyone, to tell people that we need to spend some amount of our time every week, at least a few hours of time every week, to find out what we can do to help these people, not only by financial support, but more importantly than that, our total emotional support to them. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. T.V. Raman. I would now like to request Ms. Dilnavas Bambo, Director of Social Media and Communication at AccessBraille, to come to the stage.
Thank you, Manisha. And thank you, every single one of you in the audience today. Thank you for making it here. I know there are 100 other places you could have been this lovely long weekend, but you chose to spend it with us, and we're really grateful for your presence here. Thank you for supporting us with your presence. We just saw a beautifully performed story on stage, but give me your next 3 minutes to tell you about the story that you haven't seen. This is the story that went on backstage. Over the last few months, this story took energy, effort, enthusiasm, talent, dedication, and lots of commitment, and just a sheer volume of time so that you could see what came upon on stage today. Nearly 60 men and women and boys and girls of various backgrounds, abilities, talents, and strengths came together with this one mission. This is what happened over the last few months. Teenagers rushed back early from their summer camps to practice dance for long hours. The web team worked late into the night so that we could have the website ready for you before the launch, and you'll get all our online details on here later. Dance gurus worked side by side with their students, perfecting each gesture, each expression. Mothers brought their young children to rehearsal so that they wouldn't have to miss a single minute of practice. We roped in husbands, sisters-in-law, colleagues, friends, anybody who even asked us how our day was going. People with day jobs and no jobs and 2 jobs came together and worked tirelessly in harmony for greater good. At the end of the day, all that mattered was this one mission. And what is this mission that brought together 5 dance schools and volunteers as far away as India. It is a vision beyond sight. It is a need to ensure that every child with vision impairment has access to the same opportunities as their sighted peers. There is a sense of urgency about a generation growing up around the world, a generation of blind children in remote corners of the world. And they are developing without a basic education. It is a belief in a world beyond our individual cocoons and a belief that all humanity is connected. And that literacy and education are the stepping stones to the world. Because we all know that were it not for our education and our literacy, were we like the unfortunate millions around the globe today, we would not share this room here today. Our education and our literacy have brought us together in this room. And let's be thankful for that. This dire need drives our mission. This is why sweat was shed and sleep was lost for children we don't even know and likely will never meet. Regardless of the state of our eyesight, we see what the future can be. And we urge you to be a part of our mission. Please consider becoming a monthly donor or even a regular volunteer or an avid spokesperson for AccessBraille. We are a registered non-profit and your monetary contributions are tax deductible. I'd like to draw your attention at this point to the back wall to my left. There are items for sale right here, the proceeds for which will go to AccessBraille. There's beaded jewelry, greeting cards, beautiful calendars, lots of different items that may interest you, so please do take a look before you leave. I'll end with two quotes. The first is by Mahatma Gandhi, who said, "Be the change that you wish to see in this world." At AccessBraille, we changed this quote a little bit. For those who cannot see, be the change in their world. Thank you so much.
So I know that I get choked during the katha, but when I have to talk about thanking people who has helped us bring this program today, I have not really words, and excuse me if I really get emotional here. First, I want to thank the Lord for making me a bamboo stick, some kind of an instrument. And then I want to acknowledge two sources which has helped us develop this story. One is Professor Hawley's books on Surdas, and he has been very generous to share a lot of those poems with us, which are very hard to find otherwise. And then the other source is from a drama narrated by the children of Sri Sathya Sai School of Higher Learning in Vrindavan. After this, I would like to extend our thanks to the leads of this program, Gayatri Satya and Sudha Krishnan. Gayatri came up with this concept and figured out what dance schools could dance. And then when I said, "Gayatri, I don't know what songs you will be singing," she's like, "Why are you worried about what song? Whatever song that needs to be sung, I will be there. I will take you to India and I will practice." And the kind of moral support that I got from Gayatri is very hard to express in words. The same way, when I first approached Sudha with just an outline of this program and asking her if she would be able to help us with the dance element of it and execute it while Gayatri is in India, she didn't even think about it for a second. And that's the attitude I know Shankar, my husband, wants to have. And so that you have influenced us quite a bit at home as well. I can't thank both Gayatri and Sudha enough for bringing this program together. Even though I haven't been able to see the dance that these girls performed, I've been able to hear them. I know when the bells align with the percussion and the manjira, the talam, is when their dance is good. I have been in practices with all of these children. I would like to first call upon Haripriya and Nikita, the Bharatanatyam dancers of Braille. You know, in the Bhagavatam, it is said that the Avaduta had 24 gurus just by looking around in the nature. I have had more than 24 gurus throughout this whole program. And from these two young children, I learned patience. Their part, even though it is done, if they have to do it, they have to wait for a long time before they would come back again and practice. Thank you so much for teaching me the lesson of patience. The next set of girls that I would like to call upon are the Kuchipudi girls, Kanchana, Ahladni, and Shravya. All of these girls showed up on time for rehearsal. If they came, I knew that it was 4 o'clock or 4:30 whenever we were starting the rehearsal. I really admired the enthusiasm that they had and danced beautifully today. Thank you so much for teaching me the lesson of enthusiasm. Next, I would like to call upon the Odissi girls, Divya and Aparna. I know how both of them wanted to perfect their dances, that tirelessly they worked with the percussionist and the singer to get their moves and the beats in sync with them. I thank you so much for teaching me the lesson of perfection. Next, I would like to call upon the Kathak girls, Mayuka and Atmika. Mayuka and Atmika have taught me many lessons throughout the rehearsals. With their dance, with their reverence for dance, you know, the way they would wear their bells. Even if it's a practice, if they are supposed to pay pranams to it and then do it, that's how they would do it. And Atmika tirelessly practicing with me and being very attentive about how she has to accompany. This is, I believe that this is her first time accompanying an orchestra like this, and she has put in a lot of hard work to and prepare herself with so much confidence. Thank you for teaching me reverence, Atmika, for the art form that you have. And usually, you know, when you say to someone, you've done a fantastic job, then you first, you know, say thank you, right? And with Mayuka, every single time, what she would always say is, oh, you did a fantastic job in this. And I really appreciate that she is able to think beyond herself. Thank you for teaching me that, Mayuka. Next, I would like to call upon Yamini. When we started the program, I had told her that wherever there was a hole that she needed to fill, whether it be dancing, singing, doing the Natwagam, or being the stage manager, whatever. And thank you, Yamini, for being flexible and teaching me that you are always there for me. Next, I would like to get Geeta on the stage. Geeta is a very multi-talented girl, but what I have observed in the practices with her these days is that I've not seen a humble person like her. Thank you so much for teaching humility. Next, I would like to have Sonia. You know, when we began practicing for the program, we gave her Maya Mori to dance, and then for some reason that didn't pan out. Then she said she would be ready to do anything, and then she started singing with us Adharam Madhuram. And then I said, would you be able to sing Maya Mori instead? And then she said, okay. And then she went home and practiced it in, based on the Carnatic way of singing. And then I said, everyone would really like and sing with the way Anup Chunaka is singing. Can you go practice that way and sing it to me both ways? And she was immediately ready to do that as well. Thank you so much, Sonia, for teaching me flexibility. Then I would like to get Prashant on the stage. When I think about Prashant, tears roll out of my eyes. I don't think I have to say anything more. Thank you so much for teaching me, Prashant. Anurag, can you come up on the stage? Last week when we practiced, he didn't have a ride, so he was supposed to commute by train. He waited at the train station for an hour and a half and found out that he was not going to get a train to get here. Of course, it was beyond the time that we started for the practice. So his mom was asking him if he should just go home instead of going to the practice, because anyway he would have missed some of it. But he insisted that he really wanted to go to the practice. And I've learned how to be committed from you, and thank you for teaching me. Next, I would like to get Shekhar Sarkai. Throughout the rehearsal, whether it's his turn to play or not, he will be playing the mridangam. He will absolutely not stop. The passion that he has for playing mridangam and music is what I've learned from him. Thank you, Shekhar. Next, Sai, can you come up on the stage? Sai has not only helped us with the percussions, but he has actually taken over logistics for this program. And the one thing that I've learned from Sai is that whatever you do, you have the most fun at it. Thank you, Sai, for teaching me how to have fun while working hard. Next, I would like to get Usha Prabhu. Last year, she accompanied me throughout the Harikatha program that we did for AccessBraille. And this year, she said, Sudha, I would be there for you, whatever you want me to do. But if you really want to give opportunities for other people, please, this is a wonderful opportunity. Share it with others. I know how many times I told her that I wanted to hear a particular song for the program. And then since we didn't have enough time in the program, we changed it. But Usha is always an ever-smiling person and helping me with the support that I need. And thank you so much, Usha, for teaching me humility. Finally, I would like to get Swati Iyengar on the stage. It wouldn't have been possible at all for all of us to hear this katha today if Swati hadn't recorded the book with 6 chapters, I think more than 150 pages. She recorded it for me and put it in Dropbox. Only because of that, I could narrate today. And she is so dependable that even she didn't have much time to do this before she left for her trip. But the day before, I had all the recordings on Dropbox. Thank you so much for teaching me dependability. I know I've taken a lot of time thanking all these people. I wouldn't want to make one remark, but just because I pointed out one quality or virtue doesn't mean that they didn't possess the other ones. This is the one that I particularly stood out for me in my interactions with them. You know, I want to conclude tonight's program with a quote from Guruji Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. I was at the satsang yesterday, and the knowledge that was read out to us was that when one has faith in himself, he would be able to experience freedom. When he has faith in the world, he would be at peace. When he has faith in God, love evokes in his heart. I pray to the Lord that all of us have these 3 faiths and have immense love for everyone around us. Samastaloka sukhino bhavantu. Samastaloka sukhino bhavantu. Samastaloka sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you, Sudha. That was really touching. Really patient audience. Thank you so much for sitting through a really long and intense program with us. I just have 2 more people to thank. A team of young gentlemen, they're brothers. You saw both of them on stage actually. Vikram, could you please come on stage? You will have young presenter earlier this afternoon. This is the second young gentleman, Abhi Bhaira. I want to tell you that we have a talent other than just carrying gifts. The pictures that you see in the calendar behind that are for sale are made by this little marvel. He is amazing. You have to see his talent. Please go look at the calendar. Thank you so much, Vivek. Thank you very much. Thank you again. Have a good evening, and please keep AccessBraille in your thoughts and prayers and spread about us. Have a good evening.
प्रभु जी मोरे अवगुण चित्त ना